Good morning. As the chairman just said, we're focused on trying to do everything we can to bring down gas prices. There's no question that the $4 plus a gallon gas in some parts of the country is denting the ability for working families to get through the month. This administration continues to be an impediment to energy production here at home. The bills that we'll bring to the floor this week, again, try to say, look, stop. We need to have maximum energy production here to bring gas prices down, and we can do that. I started off the week with a visit to the New York Stock Exchange, and while there, talked to many individuals engaged in our capital markets, investors, traders, and the rest. The message that I heard was keep at it, don't back down, cut spending, reform entitlements, and make sure we get our fiscal house in order. And in particular, they were focused on the issue before us as far as increasing the debt ceiling of this country. What I heard and what I believe is it is reckless for us to increase the credit limit of this country without cutting spending, without reforming entitlements, without getting our fiscal house in order. Just as any family would have to do if they're seeking an increase in their credit limit, they've got to have the wherewithal to pay the loan back. And that's what we're trying to do here. I attended the Biden-led commission yesterday at the Blair House. And we continued in our discussions following up on the entry-level discussions we had last week. And the substance of those discussions was trying to focus in on areas where we can cut spending and cut it big. We are anticipating returning to the Blair House again tomorrow. There's a lot of work to be done. But as the speaker said in a speech he gave to New York the other night, we are about accomplishing major spending cuts. It is trillions, not billions, that we are talking about. And it's pretty obvious why we're saying that. We've got a $1.6 trillion deficit this year alone. Anything less is not serious.
Questions?
There were reports that former Speaker Gingrich was here on the Capitol this morning for an event. I'm just wondering if any of you happened to meet with him while he was here, and any reactions to him announcing his president?
No, I didn't.
Any
Yes.
reactions to his bid?
Listen, I think that the discussion around the presidential race will obviously increase. Newt Gingrich has always been an ideas man, and I'm sure will provide a lot of positive input in the debate.
In December, there was a very bipartisan vote on extending the tax cuts and unemployment. One of the most bipartisan votes probably recently in the House, supported by President Obama. That legislation will add $390 billion in debts this fiscal year. Is there any feeling on you guys' part that to pay for that, you guys should maybe raise the debt ceiling, given it's an agreed upon thing, the expenditure is already going to be made, to just pay for that now?
No, we are not for increasing taxes, and in fact, that is a line that's been drawn in the sand as far as the discussions that are taking place around how to deal with the deficit. We don't believe that Washington has a revenue problem. It's a spending problem. If we're going to incur more debt, we've got to prove to the people that elect us, as well as the investors who are lending us money, that we are going to reform the way this place works and frankly get more return on the investment of the taxpayers. So again, we're in a very tough economy right now. We're relying on job creators to create more jobs. Increasing taxes is a negative if you want to see job creation. Yes, sir.
By that amount, though, sir?
No, we are in a discussion about how to go forward when this country reaches its credit limit. The only way we see going forward is to cut spending, reform entitlement programs. That's what's causing the deficit. Not that we aren't taking enough money out of the taxpayers' pockets. That's not what's causing the deficit. Yes.
What was your reaction in the Biden meeting yesterday to the Speaker's remarks on Monday? And are there a couple of areas that you've already found where there could be some agreement, and what are the most promising areas?
Look, we are focusing on areas that we can agree on first, for sure. We are trying, we've all sort of dedicated ourselves not to revealing details as to what's going on in those meetings, but I can assure you we wouldn't be meeting if we weren't trying to find areas of agreement where we can save, and I mean save to the tune of what the Speaker was talking about. Because as you heard the whip say, Republicans are not interested in increasing the credit limit without big spending cuts in the trillions, not billions, as well as enacting reforms that we can be assured in the out years that we're getting this deficit under control.
Is there a
Jake.
do you think you guys set the goal of completing all the appropriations bills before the August recess? Do you think you're still on track to do that with the debt ceiling?
We are trying to do so because, frankly, what we would like to be focusing on is how do we create an environment for job creation. That's what we're about trying to do as well. And we had a discussion in our conference today about our jobs program. I know there's been a lot of discussion coming from the Democratic whip and others saying that we haven't brought a jobs bill to the floor. Well, the fact is we've got bills on the floor this week that directly relate to bringing down the costs of employers so we can see more job creation. We've also moved full force on the regulatory front, removing the regulatory impediments, whether it's EPA or any other agency as far as job creation is concerned. So we're looking to stay on course as far as our appropriations calendar is concerned, as well as a growth-oriented jobs agenda. Thank you very much.